Hey everybody,
What's up?
welcome to Lasers and Beer episode 4. Today is Super Bowl Sunday. The Bears are not in it. Maybe one day in the next 30 years they will be back in it. Got my buddy today, Ethan. Stand up, show him your jersey. Turn around, see the back. We got Bro Bear here. We went to their first Bears game this year down in Tampa. Got to see the GOAT, Tom Brady, play and gave the Bears an absolute whooping. So that was fun. Speaking of that, I'll show you something kind of cool. Hang on just one second. So when we were at the Tampa game, we obviously got beat bad by Mr. Tom Brady and the Bucks. Still an awesome experience, but we were on the basically the railing inside the end zone, so we got the opportunity to see all the Bears players running out once the game was over, and this was a cool experience right here. That is my wife, Mandy, and right there is the Bears rookie running back, Khalil Herbert. I found this picture in the Chicago Tribune, and that is him handing my wife, Mandy, his game-worn gloves. So, sent this picture to him, he sent it back, autographed, and we're going to put it with his game-worn gloves. So, Khalil Herbert is an absolute stud. Can't wait to see what he does with the rest of his career. Hopefully a long career with the Bears, running alongside David Montgomery. But that's not why we're here today. Today, Super Bowl Sunday, lasers and beer. Found this one in Publix today while we were getting Super Bowl food. It is a Goose Island beer, 7%. It has a bear on it. I like the Bears. I've never had this one before. I've never seen it. So I'm about to try it for the first time and let you know kind of what I think. I'm not sure what to think. It's pretty good. It says 10,000 volts of flavor. Born in Chicago, 1988. I was born in 1979. Cheers to the 85 Bears. The 80s were a good time. It's good, definitely hoppy. Definitely more of a hazy. I can't see what it looks like, but probably a hazy IPA. Nice fruity aftertaste on the palate. But enough with that. Today we're going to make a laser engraved flask on the Glowforge. Let's get going. All right, today to celebrate Super Bowl Sunday we have an LA Rams logo and the Bengals logo, one of their logos. I thought the B was kind of cool just to have something different. So we're going to put both of these on their own flask. And before we start, I'm going to convert this file to a vector format, just because that's what we prefer to work in case we need to make any edits. So if you watch our video from last week, episode 3, you'll see how we made this a vector file on our previous video, but I'll show you again real quick. So this is a PNG that we just saved from Google Images right here. Going to make it a vector file real quick. So I'm going to come up to the top. We've got our image trace option. Do the little drop down menu. Sketched art is the one that I like to use the most. So I'm going to click that. All right, so today to celebrate Super Bowl Sunday, we have an LA Rams logo that we're going to put on a flask, and we've got a Bengals logo that we're going to put on another flask. I kind of like the B with the tiger stripes, and obviously the Ram. I was going to do the old school logos because I'm more of a throwback kind of guy, but you know, old school, the LA Rams were not the LA Rams. So went with their new logo, and obviously I'm going to convert this to vector format. This is a PNG file that I just found on Google Images. saved it, but I like to work in vector files. So I'm just going to go up here to the top to image trace. That's how we've got our layout set up. I like to use the sketched art function here, and it's going to convert it to an editable file. So you can see kind of had a transformation there. And then I want to go to expand, and that's going to expand all the points so we can move things around if we need to. But that one is pretty self-explanatory. Slide that out of the way. I'm going to do, oh, there's 2 of them in there. A couple of them. So got the Bengals B, going to do the same thing. Image trace, sketched art. Wait just a second. Did its thing. Go to expand. Now we've got all of our points. And basically, if you need all the points in here, it's good if you wanted to move things around, make any changes, which we don't. But you can just click on this anchor point here and drag it down. You know, if you're going to do anything like that, we'll just Control Z, undo everything and put it back where it was. So inside of our Glowforge app settings, we're going to lay this all out, but we're going to resize it inside of Illustrator. And for the Flask, it's just going to be, you know, real small right here in the middle. So 2 inches is the width that we generally make our Flask logos. So we got that one is 2 inches, and come up here to the top, change it from 7.8, make that one 2 inches. And I'll tell you why when we get the Glowforge loaded up with these files. So these are ready to go. I'm just going to go File, Save As, save it as an SVG, and we'll just do Super Bowl logo .svg, save. It's going to pop up some additional options for your save right here. We don't change anything, just click OK. And next we're going to open up our Glowforge software. Here we are inside the Glowforge app software, which is cloud-based. And I'm just going to do new design up here. As you can see, this one has a leather hide in it, which is our other machine. So I'm going to come over and turn this one on. That's one that's got leather loaded in it. We have 100 hats. While we're waiting just a second, we're going to deliver these to a company locally tomorrow, right down the road. They build some absolutely incredible signature series Ford Broncos. Starting price is usually around $250,000, but Velocity, they used to be called Velocity Restorations, and they've kind of upgraded their name to Velocity Modern Classics. It's quite the eye candy when you walk into that place. Maybe we'll do a video there one day. All right, Glowforge is turned on. The Glowforge has done its centering and homing and getting the laser head set up that it does all on its own. So we've got a blank screen here. I'm going to click the plus button up here, and we're going to upload our NFL logos. We are not selling these. This is just for demonstration purposes only. I'm going to click our Super Bowl logo. Let's get everything processed. So there they are. Click on the Bengals. We're going to check our width. It's 2 inches, just like we made it in Illustrator. The Rams is 2 inches, but as usual, if you want to resize them inside the Glowforge software, you can do that. But we're going to keep ours 2 inches for the Flask. So, what material do we use for the Flask? Well, it doesn't necessarily matter at this point because we had to make some custom settings for the flask, and the laser head is going to measure the distance between the bottom of the laser head and the top of the flask for us anyway. So for just purposes of a black flask, I'm just going to select medium black acrylic. Just because, again, it doesn't matter because the stock settings for medium black acrylic we're going to change anyways. First, I'm going to show you what happens when we put this flask inside of the Glowforge as it is. I'm going to open the lid here, and I'm going to open the front door. You can see the crumb tray. Typically, got our flask here. But what I want to show you is, I'm going to just slide that over to the head of the Glowforge, and you can see there's not a whole lot of working area there. So a lot of times you're going to be faced with putting thicker objects inside the Glowforge where they might be too close to the laser head on the bottom. So while this may or may not work this way, I'm going to show you how we do it, and we're going to take the crumb tray out. So either door down, I'm going to take the crumb tray out, and when you take your crumb tray out, you want to be careful not to bump the head of the laser. So you just want to pick it up a little bit. We're just going to slide it straight out. And what that's going to do is it gives us some additional room down here for the laser to do its job on top of the flask. Here's our naked Glowforge down here, no crumb tray. And I've got just 2 old pieces of proof grade wood that we got with our kind of bundle package when we got our Glowforge. We use it to spray stuff on top of, just for like a surface area. So I put these in there. I've got 2 of them, and for our purposes that we've kind of figured out, it works great with a little bit of height on the bottom for the flask. So again, this is just what works for us. Something might work differently for you. If you want to try it on top of the crumb tray to see what kind of results you get, you can go for it. But after lots of testing on our own, 2 pieces of wood, and we're going to put the crumb tray, or we're going to put the flask right here in the middle. Close our door back, and now before we put the flask in, I like to come up with my own kind of template layouts on the inside because we're going to do 2 flasks. First of all, I want to make sure that it's straight. Second of all, I'm going to try and put the second flask in the same area, and we can just drag the artwork right where the other artwork was. So it's just a little subway tile, and we'll do a project on this on another day. But I'm going to put this down here in the bottom, and I've got these 2 plates. These are metal plates. We get asked a lot in some of our other videos and pictures where we got these. I'm going to blow your mind. All they are is from a wall mount TV mount that we bought. We had these pieces left over, so a lot of times we use them inside our Glowforge. So put the flask here, and I always like to get it in the center as much as possible. So I'm just going to sit it there, take our little metal pieces, just kind of bump them up to the edge of the flask. That way, if the laser head's moving, you don't get any movement. On the flask, we never had that problem, but it also keeps it nice and straight, and we know exactly where our working area is going to be. Show you here, I've just got the tile just bumped up to the bottom of the Glowforge down there just to make sure that the flask is straight, because it's always hard to get vertical objects perfectly straight, and we want a straight logo. Alright, so here is our artwork for the Rams logo, and there is the flask that you can see inside the Glowforge. Obviously we don't want it there, but if you wanted it higher, you could obviously put it higher. But I usually don't put a logo right in the middle of the flask. I usually kind of put it up just a tad. So we'll not make it completely center. I'll put it just kind of up a hair, but not too high. Slide it over just a hair. It's pretty good right there. So, got our settings over here. We always get asked, hey man, what's your settings? So, with leather and some of the other things, settings are all over the place. Typically don't even talk about our settings because we don't want to steer you in the wrong direction. But with something like a flask, most flasks are all pretty much the same size. So it's pretty standard. So we have a flask setting that we have come up with. It works great for us. You can tweak it if you would like, if you have any issues on your end, but I'm going to show you exactly what our settings are. I've got it saved as flask plus 2 pieces of wood. So one of the things I love about the Glowforge, you can save all of your custom settings. You can see everything in here with all of our different leathers, stuff like that. So flask plus 2 pieces of wood. I'm going to click the arrow out to the side. Speed is 600. You can speed that up if you want. You can slow it down if you want, but we've done a lot of testing and this works great. So speed is 600. Precision power is 100. And one of the things you need to know about the Glowforge laser, that even though this is the Glowforge Pro model and it's got the higher wattage laser, it's not going to have any sort of texture inside the metal or whatever you're engraving. So that's why we use the black flask that's got basically a powder coating on it. So when we engrave, it's going to just engrave off the powder coating black. If you have a silver flask and you use this, you'll see like a ghost image, but I suggest getting a powder coated flask off Amazon. They do have sprays where you can spray different objects. If you have a silver flask, you can spray paint it basically. I'll put the link to the actual spray that you need down below, but powder coating is the easiest way to go. We've done some AR engravings, taking the AR guns apart and engraved some stuff on those that were also coated black. But I don't know if I'm going to show you that video just because I don't want our YouTube channel being taken down with AR stuff. So stick to flask. So over here, lines per inch. A lot of us know that as LPI, lines per inch, LPI. Ours is 270. You got settings as low as 10, all the way up to 1,355. 1,355 is going to take much longer to engrave. And if you do 10, it's going to go super fast, but the quality is going to suck. So 1355 is not necessary for something like this. So 270 is a good LPI setting. Just one pass. Precision power 100, 600. This first time using this setting, click the little plus up there. You can save as. You can save it as our same thing, flask plus 2 pieces of wood or whatever you want. So that is good to go. We need to set the focus on this. We're going to do that manually instead of letting the Glowforge do it. That way we can be a little more accurate with where we want the focus to land on this thing, because a flask is not perfectly flat. It's got curve to it. So you don't want it exactly in the middle for your focus, because what's going to happen is if it's in the middle, the little edges of the horns and the back of the body is going to kind of start to get blurry. So you want to kind of find the sweet spot to do your set focus. So center of the flask, obviously there's the lid. Just want to come straight down on top of your logo. You can do it either to the left or the right, but we'll just go to the left, just a hair over. We're going to click the left mouse button, and you can see the Glowforge setting the focus in here, and you saw the little red laser shoot right where we clicked the mouse button. All right, we're uploading and preparing our print. Glowforge is over there scanning right now. See how long this is going to take. 4 minutes and 39 seconds. Plenty of time to enjoy some more of this beer. All right, you about ready to make this flask? But first, what's our favorite team?
Bales.
Who's our least favorite team?
Packles.
What do they smell like?
Cheese.
That's right.
Stinky kind.
All right. First, why is the number 12 on your jersey?
Because I was born 2012.
That's right. What's your sister's number?
15.
Why is that?
Because she was born 2015.
What's dad's?
79.
Yup, and mom's?
86.
Good job. All right. Turn the filter on first. Turn it on with your foot. Good job.
Press the button.
You ready for the Super Bowl tonight?
Yes.
Who are you going for?
LA, because they always win.
Oh. Who's the quarterback for the LA Rams?
I don't know.
He used to be on our other rival team, the Detroit Lions.
I don't know.
Matthew Stafford. Dad's going for the Bengals.
Willie, the Bengals are weak, Emily said.
Are they? We'll see. What do you think the score is going to be tonight, the final score?
87-5.
Oh my goodness.
LA 87 and the Bengals 5.
Okay. So they'll get a field goal and a safety
Yep.
to get to 5. Let's see how the Glowforge is looking.
Just kidding. They're gonna get 26. They're gonna get 59, Dad.
59.
Yeah, is that better?
59 to 5.
Yep.
We got 3.5 minutes left. We'll just let it, since this is a short job, we won't speed up the video, and we'll just hang out here for a minute.
Didn't they make other types of coastals? What's the coastal for?
I don't know. What should we put inside of our flask?
Whiskey.
Yeah. What would you put inside your flask, though?
Juice or water.
There you go.
Juice, water, Capri Sun, lemonade, Crystal Light, Gatorade, or whatever else is good for kids.
All right. How's it looking?
Good. I'm making 2.
Yeah. So on the second one that we make, how about we speed that video up?
Yeah.
All right. So over here, it gives you a little countdown timer. It shows how much time is left.
That's 2:26.
Yeah.
That's not much time.
So a flask is obviously made of steel or metal, aluminum, whatever it is. And the laser is a beam of light. So when we took out the acrylic last week on our episode 3, the acrylic was not hot. But when we take this flask out, we're going to touch it and we're going to see if it's hot or cold. What do you think it's going to be, hot or cold? Hot.
Cold.
Cold?
Yep.
All right, we've got 1.5 minutes left.
No, we don't. Now it's 1.5. 1 cold now.
So one of the things that you notice, it doesn't look all that great right now. It's kind of got a black, kind of a burned look to the engraving, and we want it nice and silver and professional looking. but we'll fix that once this is ready.
57 seconds, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 42, 41, 40, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Want to turn the filter off? Alright. Before we get it out, just be careful not to move our template. And is it hot or cold?
Middle, but it is dirty.
Yeah. So,
Are we going to clean it?
should we clean it off?
Yes.
Alright, let's clean this off, and it is cool to the touch. But you always want to check that before you go grabbing anything. Okay. Got our Old Faithful isopropyl alcohol microfiber, and we're going to clean this off. Alright. A couple little sprays on the microfiber, and we just want to wipe the logo with the microfiber. And Ethan asked if he could do that. Does it look better?
Way better. Now let's see if it's dirty now. Yep.
All right. Flip the other side over and dry it off. Well, flip the other side of the microfiber.
What do you mean? Oh. I will do it.
All right, hold it up. Let's take a look. Looks pretty good. However, the details, still see a little bit of residue on there, but Ethan did a really good job. You ready to do the Bengals one now?
Yes.
Okay.
This will be easy, right?
Yeah. All right, we're going to do the Bengals. Real quick, wanted to show you, here's the flask that we use. Again, get them off Amazon. And they come with a little funnel too, so you can put it there, put your favorite juice inside.
Wine or water.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh.
So, obviously, before you ever use a flask, rinse it out, wash it. Safety. So this print is done. We're going to click dismiss. Slide the Rams out of the way. Slide the Bengals in. Put it in about the same place. We don't need to set the focus again because we've already done that. And slide it over just a hair. Does that look good right there?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you could slide it down a little.
Go down a little.
Yep.
Look good?
Yep.
All right. Click ready. It is scanning now.
Oops.
Ethan's waiting on the button to light up. We'll see how long this one takes. Yep. Ethan's already got the filter on, as you can hear. The Bengals takes a little bit longer, a little more engraving. 6 minutes and 11 seconds on this one.
Let's start it.
Go. All right. We're going to talk some football for a second while this is going, and I'm going to speed this video up. All right. filter off. All right, I'll let you grab this one out.
It is cold.
So, is it cold? Okay, grab it out and we'll clean it off.
I cleaned it already.
Well, let's wipe it off with our cloth. All right, you want to spray your microfiber? Just a couple little sprays.
How many? Maybe like 2?
Yeah, do 2.
Alright, so this microfiber, we're going to wipe it off, okay? So, wipe all the microfiber off. Oh, we still have some on.
Nice work. All right, what do you think?
I think it's great. So, how does it look?
All right. So, Rams or Bengals?
Rams or Bengals?
Give me the Bengals. I'm going for the Bengals. Cheers. All right, guys. Hope you liked that video. Hope you enjoy the Super Bowl tonight.
Cheers.
The Neon Bear Hug IPA from Goose Island. Give it a thumbs up. I'll definitely be buying this one again. All right. Bengals.
Rams.
All right. So, check the links down below. If you want to save on your Glowforge, we've got our link down below. We've got leather links below. And we'll post if you wanted to paint one of these down below. If you've got the bare metal, we'll find that material for you. And until next time.
Enjoy making your own flask, and remember, this will be fun with your kids, wife, parents,
Yeah.
or pets.
For your pets. We just watched the Puppy Bowl. So, happy Super Bowl Sunday. We'll see you next week.
And remember, go Rams!